Hello guys, I'm Spicy Bill and this is gonna be a review of the Hot Toys Movie Masterpiece Series MMS 443. This is Wolf Predator Heavy Weaponry from Alien vs. Predator Requiem. This is a 1/6 scale collectible figure that was released in 2019, and this is a 2.0 version of the Wolf Predator. I think the previous version was released in 2010 or 2011. So basically, what Hot Toys did is basically they released Wolf Predator, this time with a new sculpt, new sculpted body, new accessories, and I think they reused the head from the previous release, sort of like they kind of tweak it a little bit. Most of, like I say, 90% of the accessories, the figure is all newly resculpted, and the sculpt work is done by Joseph Tsang. The very famous creature sculptor. I'm also a big fan of Joseph Tsang's work. So yeah, this is definitely a very, very nice figure, a treat for me. Also, I'd like to thank my viewers, for sponsoring these figures. Big thanks to Boba T Fett. Even though he actually doesn't collect any of the stuff on the Hot Toys Alien vs. Predator line, he's generally a Star Wars collector. He decided he wanted to help me out on this figure here. This figure is available for sale on my eBay store, to recuperate funds so I can review other Hot Toy figures. Hopefully another Predator. So yeah, this is actually pretty exciting for me. So yeah, I always like Predator figures, but I think the NECA figures just really don't do it for me. And I've seen the Play Arts Kai one, it's still really not as detailed as these guys. I think Hot Toys kind of nailed it. This is actually pretty good, but I think if you're really a big Predator fan, there are stuff that are out there that are better, like the statues, if you don't care about the articulation. I think the Predator statues on Prime 1 Studio is probably the grail for Predator collectors. Those things are just absolutely amazing when it comes to details and stuff like that. With the Hot Toy figure, you still see like seam lines and stuff like that. You can see the lines on the mandible here. You can see that there's a seam right there because the mandible is removable, and it's the scope is interrupted by articulation points. So yeah, it's not perfect, but it is pretty good for what it is. So anyway, just as always, there's no such thing as a perfect figure. I think this is as good as it's gonna get in this scale. Maybe in the future they can develop new technology so we can have like a completely seamless Predator figure in this scale. I think that would definitely make it a lot better. It would probably be closer to perfection than what it is right now. But with the technology that we have right now in 2019, I think this is pretty okay, pretty good. So anyway, there's absolutely no such thing as a perfect figure. And you hear a lot of people showing these Hot Toy figure by saying like, oh my God, they're absolutely amazing, they're the best. It's their opinion, but for the most part, I think a lot of them are just trying to sell you nonsense. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the instruction sheet. You do need to pay attention to this instruction sheet if you want to, not damage your figure. So yeah, basically remove the head to attach the necklace, remove the mandibles in order to attach a biomask. I have actually figured out a way how to connect this power cable to the figure, so I will show you guys that in the review. And this is how you attach the accessories to the backpack right there. And we also have a place to clip on his naginata. And on the back here we have option to place the wrist blades, options for holding the accessories, yeah, and the self-destruct device, options to attach the second plasma caster, place to store stuff, the display base, and the outfit is not removable, so don't even try doing that because you'll damage the figure. Unless you are like, if you're like kid bashing and know what you're doing, then maybe. Also, a lot of sharp tips on this figure, so Definitely do not give this figure to children. These are recommended for ages 15 now. They will cut themselves, and they will most likely damage the figure. Yeah, because even adults are being known to damage figures like these. So first off, I'm gonna go over the weakest point of this figure, which is this display base right here. Yeah, they recycled the base from the previous release. The paintwork is not very good. I think this is on par with NECA quality for maybe like a $25 figure, but not for something that's almost $300. But hey, you know what? At least it's better than nothing. It's yeah, honestly, it's better than nothing compared to their super lazy other generic display bases. So yeah, it's this or the generic stuff. So at least, you know, if you have the skill, you can repaint this, and I think it'll look a lot better. The scope is pretty good. It's done by Joseph Tsang, so it's not bad. It just need a better paint job. And yeah, we have this the crotch grabber post right there. So that's I'm not even gonna like tarnish him by putting him on this place. So what should we talk about next? Okay, so we have these stuff. These are his medical packs and stuff like that. This one right here, I think you can. This is like the thing that he used to melt the aliens or something in the movie. You can put that right there like that. We have these tools, which you can fit conveniently in his backpack. These are just his medical kits. I guess I'll show you that real quick. We're gonna have to remove his backpack right there. So hope it doesn't fall over. So you open this up right here, and yeah, you just put this stuff in there. There are clips. You can see that right there. You can put this whole thing. This is the handle where he used to administrate the, you know, it's like the injector. I think this is like the liquid for the healing, and then there's the syringe. So that's how they all fit in there if you want to do that. I'm not gonna do that. So let's go ahead and put this back. And let's go ahead and set that aside. And we have the wrist blade here, so you can, you know, I'm just gonna show you one. I think this is actually metal, so yeah, it's definitely metal. So you just plug in the wrist blade like that. So now you have the deploy wrist blade. Okay, now what? Let's go ahead and take both of them off, so you get the full effect. Having one and not the other is kind of stupid. So there we go. They are kind of offset, so you do want to make sure you put the right one in the right place. So let's go ahead and put this one here. Yeah, again, be very careful. You can definitely break skin with that tip. So yeah, very nice, very nice. I like it. So there we go. Now we can get that out of the way. And what else? Okay, the Naginata can be clipped onto the back. Yeah, this clip. I'm really not gonna mess around with that. I know you can put that on easily, but whatever. But I do want to show you the Naginata. So you can open this up like that. Again, if you see the unboxing, there's a nasty seam line going across here and doesn't line up properly. So Hot Toys still have some room for improvement when it comes to their accessory. This thing is kind of made like a rubbery material, kind of like the NECA figures accessories and stuff like that. So yeah, I think they did it so, like, you know, people don't end up breaking it. You can imagine if this is made of hard plastic and then people go like this, snap, and people are gonna be pissed off breaking this $300 figure. Okay, so we have two whips. This is obviously here. This whole thing is a bendy wire, so you can bend it to your desire. Obviously, you got the gripping hand for it. And then we have the undeployed version, which is just, you know, it's sculpted like this, and it's got a wrap here. This thing can be stored on his waist somewhere. Let's see, where can you store this? I know there's an area where you can just clip it on. Yeah, you just like wrap it around one of these and then just holds it in there like that. I'm not gonna do that. Just follow the instructions. I don't think that's something I want to do. Okay, so you have two gripping hands, one for the whip and one for the, well, the grip, the shuriken right here. So yeah, you can put that in the hand if you want. This thing is not metal. This thing is plastic, but it's all chromed out. It looks very nice, very menacing. So that hand works with the shuriken and the whip and the undeployed whip. This hand here works with the naginata and the pistol. And like I said, the pistol is wrong. The handle is reverse. So that's kind of stupid. We do have the seam line just like the plasma caster that goes across. It's not panel line. They just they could really just do a better job on it. Yeah, I hope in the future they will fix that and maybe give us like a light up LED in these plasma casters. That would be really cool. The paintwork on this figure is amazing. So yeah, we have the self-destruct device which you can open up. You have this you know, woo! What the heck just happened? Okay, so anyway, since this thing fell off, I'm gonna show you guys the biomass gimmick very soon. So that's that. Plasma pistol. These are the closed fists. Again, very nicely sculpted. Joseph Tsang. Paintwork is very, very nicely done. So that's that. Yeah. Joseph Tsang is a very world-renowned sculptor. He's really, really good at sculpting creatures and stuff like that. In fact, he teaches his own class in Hong Kong. So he's definitely one of the best in the business when it comes to sculpting creatures. He does like all the alien stuff. Okay, so in this video, I'm not going to show you a comparison between the Predator and my warrior alien because my warrior alien is stuck in the detolf. I am gonna, if you want to see comparisons, I'll post some pictures later this week of him standing next to the alien warrior. I can tell you right now, the alien warrior is a lot taller than this guy. He's kind of like a small predator. So anyway, what else is there to talk about? Yeah, let's go ahead and get this plasma pistol thing out of the way. I think this is like, I'm not sure how many people are going to display with this thing because this thing is kind of like embarrassment. The handle is wrong. Yeah, probably better for him to just hold on to the naginata or something like that. Okay, so now comes to option parts. Let's go ahead and get this whip off him too. And to swap out the hands, very easy. You just pop this off. Pop this back on like that. You also have the spare wrist pegs in case if you break them. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and pop this off. Put this back on. There we go. Bring the arm back down. Okay, on the back here we have the strap. Oh, let's go ahead and get this thing out the way. Basically what's gonna happen is I'm just gonna package this thing up after this review, and somebody buys it, it's gonna go to the guy who buys it. Yeah, I wish I can keep these, but I can't. Too expensive. There we go. Put that away. And what else? Okay, so the plasma caster right here, you have this peg hole right here. If you don't want to have a second plasma caster, you can just cover it up. If you don't want him to be like, you know, overcompensating for his size. But yeah, if you think he's not a badass, just watch the movie, man. This guy is like, size doesn't matter. He's still gonna like destroy like everything. So there we go. Here's the connection point for the second. Ooh, okay, that's kind of scary. You need to plug it in properly. So there we go. Let's go ahead and do that. This goes in first, and then you plug it in. It's always difficult to do stuff on camera, so let's just make sure I do this right. The hair does get in the way, so Gotta do it right, man. I honestly thought this thing was just gonna pop in easily, but yeah, you gotta finesse it in there. It's rubbery, so you have some play. Yeah, there we go. That's it. It's not coming off. There we go. So now he has 2 plasma casters. There we go. And for another interchangeable part, let's go ahead and remove his mandibles. Like that. Lower jaw comes off. This goes on right there. Make sure this doesn't get in the way. Let's see. Just gotta line it up properly. Like that. Push it in. Like so. There we go. That looks very, very awesome. Okay, so let me show you where these thing goes. It does not go on the that thing. It actually goes into these holes right here, and these should work. This is what the instruction shows. It's not to the backpack. Okay, well, it's still kind of difficult. I think the tips are a little bit too big, but this is where it's supposed to go. It's not supposed to go on here or here. So, yeah. Anyway, I guess you can pretend that it works by, like, putting the cables behind the backpack thing. Like that. Make sure the hair doesn't get in the way though. Yeah, the hair can get really annoying. I mean, all this. But you don't have any choice. It's a predator. You need to have the hair, right? Or tendrils or dreads, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so this piece, yeah, I can tell you, it's quite annoying. Yeah, clip this on. You also want to be careful with these tabs. These are hard plastic, so if you apply too much force, you do run the risk of breaking it. So, all right, you know what? Let me do this off camera real quick. So I don't risk damaging the figure. This part is just one solid piece, so you don't really need to. Good God. Okay, let me do this thing off screen, and then we'll get back to it. I mean, you do really want to spend some time, be patient with these high-end figures, because they're so expensive, and you don't want to damage them. Compromise the resale value unless you plan on keeping it forever. That is definitely super, super annoying. Yeah. Well, if there's a reason not to buy this figure, maybe that is probably it. Don't want to mess around with this bullshit. That one is clipped on. This right here is not easy. This thing is like a hard plastic, and it feels very brittle. I feel like if you put too much force, you're gonna snap that tab, like right off, and then you'd be screwed. So there we go. Here's Wolf, Predator, all geared up. And I guess we're gonna go over the articulation real quick, just briefly. These figures. I think he has pretty. Oh my gosh, that is just. You know what? I'm just gonna leave this off. Okay, so anyway, we have the feet articulation right here. It's very sharp. All the tip is very sharp, so you gotta be careful. I didn't even remove the plastic here. So you have a hinge right here. I think it's a ball joint. So you get some ankle rocker action right there. We have a single jointed knee. Yeah, single jointed knee. You know, for this figure, it's about the scope. It's not much about the articulation. Barely 90 degrees. So I take it back. This figure doesn't have very... Well, actually, the hips are very nice. This is universal joint. So, yeah. They made some compromises for sure for the scope. But hips got good articulation. Oh, he has waist articulation. That's good. No ab crunch, obviously, due to the scope. And we have the hinge right here for the shoulder, which is pretty nice. Rotate that. You can pretty much rotate 360 if you want. We got the hinge right here. No bicep swivel, of course. But we have the elbow swivel. And ball joint hinge for the wrist. So that's that. The neck is there's a ball joint right here for the bottom of the neck, and then a ball joint for the head. So you get good range of motion for the head. So that's that. These are, you know, the plasma caster is ball jointed 1 and 2, so you have good articulation there. And I think that's that. Overall, this is a great looking figure. You know, it suffers a bit from the articulation department. I know that's definitely for sure. Proportions, well, it's got a humongous head. The body looks okay, but the head looks a bit large. But I think that's actually, you know, accurate to the artwork or the design. So, Wolf just have a huge head. So, there we go. Sculpt work very good, pen work very good. Wish they would have paid more attention to all their accessories, not just the, you know. Hot Toys just does, you know, seam lines and all that stuff with every single one of the accessories from almost every single one of the lines. So they definitely can step up the game there. But overall, this is a good figure. Yeah, if you like the Wolf Predator from the movie, or if you just collect high-end Predator figures, I definitely recommend picking up this guy. Just, you know, just be careful with these things. Yeah, just these things can be very delicate. But yeah, very beautiful figure. Looks great. Not very good not very articulated. Decent accessories. Yeah, I wish you have a light up mask function, maybe like an alternate head. But that's pretty much it. I hope you guys find the information helpful. Stay tuned for more 6 scale reviews. Thanks for watching.